Thank you for filling the void. Today's video is going to be about the past. A lot of people, they have some sort of a past, whether this past is negative or whether the past is good. It doesn't really matter. Either way, the point of life is to move forward. Like for example, my past with school and everything was horrible. That's why I have to be careful where I go, because certain tendencies from the past will come up, and then I will be tempted to do that, such as like when I go to my parents' house, there has to be a lot of precaution because I'll be tempted to recluse myself, because that's all I know, like in that household. And I don't know if it might be around the people too, around my parents and my sister, that could probably be temptation to recluse myself. I'm not sure about that. They haven't moved. Maybe when they move out of that house, or I wouldn't move out of that house. They put a lot of money into that. But generally it's that house though. And that's what I'm thinking. Because that house, that's all I know is reclusing myself. See, that's an example of a bad past. Reclusing yourself is not healthy at all. But for example, for a good past, in high school, there was a guy, and when he graduated, he was one of those guys who parked his car when everyone was off school. He would park his car and hang out with the people he remembered. And he did that for like 3 years after he graduated. And like he would hit on the girls and stuff, and like kind of like really creepy. But that's what I mean, whether it was a good past or a bad past. If you're focusing on the past period, it's going to prevent you from moving forward with what is to come of the future. It's going to hold you back. Another thing that can interfere with you is people. Okay, so say you're in a group of people, and say you're the only one that is trying to move forward. Say you have the tools and the right people that's going to help you move forward. But your old group of people and everything, they're not up with you. You know what I mean? One thing to keep in mind is that when you're an adult, you got to look at everyone as an individual. Everyone is responsible for themselves. Just because someone doesn't want to grow up and get out of their routine doesn't mean that you don't have to. You know what I mean? And some people will allow those people to drag them down into that bubble with them to prevent them from moving forward. There are also some people who get jealous of someone who is moving forward and they're not. Someone told me something about that, and don't know if it was my grandma or not, but basically it had to be with prison, someone getting out of prison. But basically, but that could be an example of a past too, though. Prison, like when you're getting out of prison, you're incarcerated, and when you're trying to do good, and you see your old group of people always around you, and they're not wanting you to do good, that's temptation for you to come back. There's going to be all kinds of obstacles like that where they won't want to see you move forward. But you got to stand your ground. You got to stand as strong as possible. And if they're not supporting you with moving forward, you got to be the adult. It's time for you to get new friends. Because they're not going to be there for you to succeed, and they keep wanting to pull you back from accomplishing things, you got to move forward. And when moving forward, it can be pretty tough. It can be pretty tough. Because I'm currently in that situation, moving forward, staying forward, you know. It can be tough. It has to go down to setting your boundaries. And if you know certain ways that those people are going to tempt you from moving forward, you got to stand your ground, and you can't give in. Like, you just can't. Think of it like this: life is so short. Life is so short to be doing the same old repetitive stuff. You know what I mean? Who wants to sit around and do the same exact thing for their whole life? You know what I mean? It's too short. It's way too short. The way to think about it is there are so many people in this world. Why would you want to be around people who aren't supporting you with moving forward? You can make new friends easily. That's no problem. With you moving forward, keeping your head high, you'll make friends. I promise you that. You'll make friends. It could be like maybe a past relationship was bad for you, and say that you spent many years on that, but the relationship didn't work out, but you still are holding on to it. You know what I mean? Can't do that. Life's too short to be focusing on a relationship that doesn't work. You gotta move forward, Like, you don't want to continue to go through the same old repetitive routine of negativity. It's not healthy. And you'll be doing more damage to yourself by doing that. Now, there are certain ways to avoid those people, but that would be a long video to think of all the possible obstacles. The only person who knows how these people can tempt you back into the past is you. You know how they do it. And the best way to do it is cut restrictions off of those things that they can tempt you with. And if they can't tempt you, then you'll be more prone to moving forward than looking what's behind you. I hope this video helps someone out there. Thank you for filling the void. And I'm out. Peace.